you ready? Are you sure? For music trivia, 3 rounds in store. It's head to head, who's going to war? Are you ready to settle the score? I said, are you ready to settle the score?
All right, welcome into week 9 of Settle the Score, our Halloween horror spectacular. I am joined each and every week by the maestro of the keys, the one and only Mr. Andy Merriweather. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, thanks, Matt. We must be doing something right. First returning customers.
We've had quite a few say, I want to come back. Let me know when you come back. But these guys were like, hey, horror Halloween show, let's do it. And it was 5 weeks away. And we're like, that sounds good to us. And we promised them deep cuts. And I think we're going to return on some of those deep cuts.
Yeah, definitely. These, even out of I'm a horror fan, and these, about half of these I hadn't seen. So I've got some watching to do after this, and I'll obviously know the scores now. Yeah.
And, our thanks to Christian Ruvalcaba and Cody Hall we reached out to them and a couple other people, but they were the ones that immediately sent back and like, oh, this is awesome. We'd love to help, and sent us some great recommendations. And we got recommendations from other people. So hopefully this is challenging for them, because this is right in their wheelhouse. And before we bring them in, so when you're hearing this, you need to retweet and like the tweet if you want to be a guest on next week's show, because we're going to be drawing those names at random, 2 names, and you'll be on the show that records next week. It comes out next Thursday. So make sure that you retweet and like the tweet, and you will be on. And, while you're there, hey, give us a review and rating on iTunes. We thoroughly appreciate it. Anything you want to say before we bring these 2 gentlemen in?
Yeah, no, just to reiterate what you said, I can't wait for the fan show next week. I think a comment in last week's episode was that the show Settle the Score is criminally underwatched, and I agree. It should be a crime that people don't watch this show. We're getting there, though. Yeah,
we're getting there. We got to build. Baby steps.
Exactly, early days. So share it as much as you can. Every little helps.
Yes, every little bit does help. And we are going to bring in our first 2 returning guests on this show. And it was a lot of fun last time, so I was looking forward to this one. And the nice thing is, I'm guessing we also learned something about these movies along the way somehow.
Yeah.
So coming in first, and who will also be choosing the first random number in the opening round, Mr. Witney Seibold. How are you, sir?
Hello. It's good to be here. I'm wearing my Quibi t-shirt and feeling Jake, so we're ready to go here.
Oh, perfect. And like I said to you off air, hold on.
Speaking of the recently dead, this is sort of Halloween related.
Yeah, that thing was so failed from moment one. It's amazing.
I was a fan from the start. I'm going to watch Quibi every single day until I just can't anymore, until it's just really officially dead.
Don't worry, it's right around the corner. And then our second competitor in full horror regalia, the one and only Mr. William Bibbiani.
Well, hello, Madnose. I got this mask. Remember this? Remember this mask I used to wear?
Yeah. It's been a while since
I used to wear this on the Schmodown. Yeah, turns out it's actually really uncomfortable.
You don't say. A hard plastic thing pulling tightly against your face?
Yeah, turns out. Who knew?
The question is, did you have that before the Schmodown? Did you say, you know what, I'm going to pick this up for it?
I actually, no. My first Schmodown costume was the only thing I bought for my very first Schmodown costume were like the breakaway chains.
Okay.
That was it. Everything else I had a jumpsuit from a previous Halloween costume. I had a Hannibal Lecter mask. It was all easy. But then like Christian was like, you have to do that all the time. And I'm like, it's uncomfortable. And you ever like, I got blood on that jumpsuit and then he can't wash it anymore. So it got real gross. That's the reason why I stopped wearing that. It was actually, but I still occasionally whip out the mask for like, well, I don't do them anymore, but like fan events, I would like bring it around. But anyway, it's good to see everybody. Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I don't get to do enough like Halloween stuff outside of our podcast channel, especially this year. So this is a real treat.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited to have the two of you on. I always like being around people that have a wealth of information and knowledge about any given subject. It's like, talking to Scrimshaw or Knapsack about Star Wars, or talking to Mance or Jason Inman about Star Trek, or just whatever. Like, oh, that's interesting. I did not know that. It's not something I'll ever learn on my own. So to be around people that genuinely love horror and have watched, I mean, we had a discussion off air where literally they're going through the Rolodex in their mind, trying to pinpoint movies. And you guys had like 15 examples of whatever the specific topic was. I know what it was, but there's no point in getting into it. I guess.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's great to be around. So we're excited to have the both of you on for this Halloween horror spectacular.
Lightning crash, lightning crash, lightning crash. Stab, stab, stab. I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost. And
Werewolves of
well.
That's what I was thinking when he
Los
started.
Angeles.
Are you guys doing something for Halloween? The three of you? Anybody doing anything for Halloween?
No.
Halloween was canceled. Didn't you hear?
Yeah, we're not doing that. It's not
There's just no Halloween anymore.
We got a bunch of Halloween stuff that we're doing at our podcast, like over at our Patreon. We're doing like a Sleepy Hollow commentary track, and got some horror TV shows we're doing at Cancel Too Soon. But at home, no, we're you can't see it. I actually was gonna put some Halloween decorations up behind me, but they're all in our windows right now. So that's the most we got. Really, we'll watch some horror movies. So it'll be fun.
What horror TV shows have there been?
Many. Like, it's actually quite common. Like, do you mean like on our Cancel Too Soon show?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's see. This season
we just did the Ghostbusters, the 1970s TV show.
Yeah, the comedy version that had nothing to do with the Ivan Reitman version. In fact, they tried to sue them over the title, and that movie was almost called something else because of it. So we did that. We've got Harper's Island coming up. Might even be available by the time this episode goes live. If not, it'll be like the next day.
Never heard of it.
But it was a one season like teen soap opera slasher series. And the whole idea was every season they would do like a different kind of horror movie. And everyone was like, that's a stupid idea. We're not going to watch that. And then like 2 years later, American Horror Story came out. And everyone's like, this is great. Why has no one ever done this before? And everyone who made Harper's Island's just like,
yeah, I was thinking Fargo. Fargo's a entirely different story cast.
Exactly.
Everything. Like, if it's good, it works.
Yeah, well, I liked Harper's Island, so I'm enjoying revisiting it, and I don't know if Whitney likes it yet. He hasn't finished it yet as of we're recording, so we're doing that. But yeah, we've talked about a lot of things, a lot of like failed like horror anthology shows, many of which are a lot of fun. Let's see, we almost did that vampire private detective show, Moonlight. Not Angel. Like, we need to get to that one of these days. There was a series in the 80s I've been meaning to get to for a while called Werewolf, which it was basically the TV series The Incredible Hulk, except instead of turning into an Incredible Hulk, he turned into a very credible werewolf. And he would just be like, I'm a werewolf. And everyone's like, oh no, how unfortunate. And then he would like break up a drug dealing ring, and then he would go about his business. Like, it's sad to be a werewolf.
Yeah.
Sure,
hey,
it's sad to be a werewolf.
You didn't know?
Yeah.
Golly, how unfortunate! I am a werewolf.
We've also dug up some real stinkers. Like we did. There was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon series from the 70s called The Drac Pack, which made me want to just drill holes in my head. It was so hard to sit through.
What was that cartoon with the duck Dracula?
Duckula. It's called Count Duckula.
Yeah,
I liked that as a kid. I haven't revisited it since.
So did I.
Yeah. It was on at the same time as Danger Mouse, which was also a good show. The Netflix reboot of Danger Mouse is actually really good. If anyone wants to check that out, it's fun.
Didn't even know they did that.
They did. It was cool.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I might have to, or maybe go back and watch Count Duckula. I don't know. I tried to go back and watch Banana Man. Not as good as I remember.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've learned to never ever go back on anything. Like,
and yet we created a podcast that does just that.
Well, that's not about going back to like nostalgia. That's about finding all the forgotten stuff. That's more interesting.
That's true.
Wait, there was a horror TV show, I reckon, in the last 10 years, and it was a found footage show, and it was set on a boat in the Amazon.
The river.
Oh yeah,
The river. We have almost done the river like a couple of times. We even have the DVD like in our Cancel Too Soon library, and we're going to get to it one of these days. We put it on a couple of polls. Our patrons every month can pick a different Cancel Too Soon show for us to review. We put it on a couple. It usually comes in at like number 2. It still hasn't like won that poll yet, but we'll get to it.
Nice.
All right, well, fantastic. I say we jump in and get this ball rolling.
Jump in the line.
All right, so Whitney, you are
okay. I believe you.
Oh, thank you.
You get to shoot up first on this one. It's 1 through 5. I'll give you guys a random context clue just like last time, and then whoever gets it right, we'll get into the bonus question and the rules on the bonus question. But everything is worth 10 points. These opening songs are in the first round. So 1 through 5, Mr. Seibold, what would you like first?
Gosh, it's such a tough choice.
It is.
4.
Number 4.
Number 4. Give me number 4.
All right. Andy, you look at the clues. I think I like number 4 on this one. What do you think? This is one we didn't talk about.
Oh yeah. That's true. 1 or 4, I'm happy with. So 4, go for it. Yep.
Okay. All right. Your context clue in the opening round is fatherhood may be the second toughest job he faces. Fatherhood may be the second toughest job he faces. Andy, whenever you're ready, take it away. I'll give you a second context clue. Chew.
What was that?
Chew.
Choo choo. Not a train. Dang. He stumped us already.
Yeah, gosh, you got me right out of the gate there.
Choo choo, man. I think it's stuff on a train, but Terror Train doesn't make any sense.
It's not Terror Train.
No, it's definitely not Terror Train.
Fatherhood may be the second toughest job he faces.
Is okay, Bibbs. Is it like an unusual track from The Omen? The Omen?
Is that your guess? You're gonna say
my guess is The Omen.
That is incorrect.
Okay, I know it's not the main track everyone likes. I thought maybe it was an obscure one. Okay.
Whitney, do you want to venture a guess? You're not going to lose any points.
Okay, well, if you're going to go this obscure, I'll just dive headlong into something really strange and guess The Baby.
That is incorrect. Most of these are going to be more obscure. We threw in a few more known. Not to go because we didn't know how esoteric we should get with this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
So this one is Train to Busan.
Oh, I just watched that.
We just saw this film. Yeah, we just watched this together.
I tend not to think of the tender family theme from Train to Busan.
Well, he's a shitty father.
He is a shitty father. He is a shitty father. No one's arguing that.
Okay.
But that's like when he's like falling off of the train. You're right. I should have thought of that. I'm actually not as big a fan of that movie.
Oh, really?
I like it fine. It's a good movie. It just didn't blow my mind. So I don't think about it much. Not yet. I haven't seen Peninsula yet.
I don't want to see Peninsula because I like the first one, and I haven't heard good things.
No, same.
It's one of those movies that I know, like if I had seen it in college, like when I was 19, 20 years old, I probably would have liked it a lot more.
Yeah.
But I just saw it, and I'm in my early 70s, so it just didn't quite land.
Well, that is the target demographic for Quibi, so seems right on the money.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. All right.
All right. So the bonus question, it'll be open to both of you. You both have a shot at it, and it's probably the best for this one since it's open because you'll see in a second. So
is there a better clue than Choo Choo for a zombie train movie?
I actually thought it wasn't as clever as it was. I was like, surely they're not that ingenious. Turns out you were actually.
All right, so the bonus question is this, and it's open to both of you. We'll get into the rules of the bonus question once the next one you guys get right. So Train to Busan is in the top 20 highest grossing domestic films in South Korean history. At what position in the top 20 does it land? I'll give it to you if you get within 2.
Bibbs, 1.
Okay, Bibbs is 1. Whitney, you can go ahead and guess 2.
I'll say 4. Again.
That is incorrect to both. It is 14th.
Okay. Whoops.
What is first?
I would like to know, actually.
It was some movie I haven't. It was like the Commander or something. It had a 2-part name.
Got it.
Master and Commander, Far Side of the
No.
World.
Is it Musa the Warrior? Is that it? I love that movie.
Here we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. The Admiral, Roaring Currents.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one.
Most of these I have not seen in the top.
I learned
out,
something today.
I'm glad we could do it.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll trade off. Bibbs, you can choose this time. You got 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Okay, I will pick number 1 since you guys said you liked it.
All right. Number 1, your context clue for this is return to the scene of the hate crime. Return to the scene of the hate crime. Take it away, Andy.
Bibbs.
Bibbs,
Is it Candyman?
that is incorrect.
Dang. Sounds a bit like Candyman.
I can give you an extra context clue if you want.
Yes, please.
I'm going to say Pound Foolish. Pound Foolish.
Oh,
Go ahead,
Whitney.
Whitney.
The people under the stairs.
Nope.
Oh.
This is It, Chapter 2.
Oh, the hate crime. Okay, because at the beginning of the movie,
Yep.
I was thinking it would be all about that.
And then
Yeah.
Okay, that was a little
Pound
funny. Okay.
Foolish, the phrase is penny wise, pound foolish.
Oh, okay,
So,
that's a thinker. That's a thinker is what that is.
Okay, because there's a character in the people under the stairs named Fool.
Yeah.
And, anyway.
I feel like this the signature audio track from It Chapter 2 is like Just Call Me Angel of the Morning when the demon's puking on James Redstone. And it just cuts to that for no reason whatsoever, and it's really confusing and weird. And it cuts out at a really awkward time, like it was a mistake, like someone in the theater put it on by accident.
I'm hoping
I feel like that's the winner.
the director's cut of
worst.
Chapter 2 is better.
Yeah, well, it has like 30 more minutes of them wandering around that little town.
I hate that ultimately they take down Pennywise by just calling him a bitch. Like, you're a bitch. And he's like,
Well,
"What?"
like how do we stop the ultimate personification of a childhood bully? We bully it.
We bully it. Yeah.
Isn't that what they did in Grown Ups 2?
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah.
The power of bullying
ridiculous.
saved us.
I'm the eater of the worlds. You're a bitch. You guys, I got feelings over here. What is this movie?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So the power, like, it was this ancient thing that was eating children's souls, and the only way to defeat it was to hurt its fifis.
Yes.
Like that.
That was the big twist.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, oh man, machete. What are we doing here?
we tried sacrificing props from the first film to a giant space turtle. It didn't work. We had to resort to name calling.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough movie to end anyway, but that was so fucking weird.
Maybe next time don't put a recurring gag in the movie about how the horror author in the film doesn't know how to end their stories.
Yeah, no shit. Over and over and over again.
Yeah, right?
So much so that even Stephen King gets in on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, the bonus question will be open to both of you, and I think you both have a good shot. Don't forget to say your name to buzz in.
Yeah.
So, It Chapter 2 was the first of 2 Stephen King sequels released that year. What was the second?
Whitney,
Whitney.
Dr. Sleep.
That is correct for 5 points.
And you don't even like that movie.
To still know what it is. I don't have to like it to know it.
But I liked it. Okay, fine.
So did I. I thought it was an impossible sequel to make, and it was actually entertaining.
I really thought it was good. Okay,
So
anyway.
did I.
All right, fair enough.
All right. Well, Whitney, you got control then. You want 2, 3, or 5. Don't worry, we do get more obscure as time goes on.
Right.
Well, good.
I'll go for 5.
I'm tired of all these easy ones that we're getting.
Well, I was doing some studying up. I'm like trying to memorize like the theme song to Faces of Death and these really kind of deep cut things from the 70s and 80s.
Faces of Death had a theme song?
Kinda.
Was it like a fun kind of go-go theme, like a
damn.
surfer jam? Faces of Death. Faces of Death.
Just a shotgun blows off, and
Yeah.
I was the monkey's uncle. Faces of Death. No, but now I'm here.
Don't
I'm
worry.
playing the game, and you're asking me
We're getting
about
there.
movies from like the last 3 years. Come on,
We're getting
come on.
there.
Give
Just
me-
relax, guys.
give me number
Challenge,
5.
challenge him, not me.
We
me
wanted
5.
to
Okay.
kind of
He
slowly.
has points. I don't.
We want to slowly build into it.
All right.
And 5 is just right up your alley. Then,
Okay.
all right. Your context clue for this is Grandpa Joe. Grandpa Joe. Take it away, Andy. All right. Second context
Oh,
clue.
that's so familiar.
Second context clue is Potter's Bluff could be Harry's lie.
Potter's Bluff. Oh, I know that. Potter's Bluff.
Potter's Bluff. It's not. It's a Wonderful Life.
It's not. It's a Wonderful Life. But good.
Grandpa Joe?
Harry's
What-
lie.
Potter's Bluff.
That could be Harry's
Harry's
lie.
lie. No guess from either of the two of you?
Yeah, gosh.
No, I'll throw out Wolfen. Is it
No.
Wolfen?
It is
Okay.
not Wolfen.
My
Okay.
guess was going to be Pet Cemetery, but I don't think you'd do 2 Stephen King films in a row.
It is not Pet Cemetery.
Uh,
It is the early 80s, Dead and Buried.
Oh my God! I was literally thinking Dead and Buried. God.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't have called. Oh, God.
I literally thought that was too obscure for you guys.
Their pain makes us happy. Yes.
Oh, I am so mad at you right now. Oh my God, I love that movie. Oh,
It's a deep cut, though, right?
It's a good cut.
Oh,
That
it's,
movie kicks ass. We've all seen it, right?
No.
We've all. Oh my God! Stop. You know what? We're done. Just stop. You're gonna watch that movie.
Well,
We'll come back,
unfortunately,
we'll
you don't
finish
have the
episode.
power to do that right
Okay. All right. Well, someone please watch that for Halloween. It is such a good, unexpected horror movie. Never goes where you're thinking it's going. Really clever and creepy. I love that movie. But
that was.
I had the right era.
I wouldn't have pulled it out, but yeah, that was really, really familiar. It was like in my brain somewhere, but there's recipes in there I've forgotten. So
Yeah.
Still, though, you guys are both going to miss it, but the look on your face, the pain made it. So that
Okay.
it sucks that you're
Like
not
a-
getting these, but to watch you guys writhe in agony.
you know,
There's a
I
lot
could
of writhing. There's a
I could
lot
just-
of writhing.
go to my kitchen and get a fork and jab it into my hand, and you could just watch that. That would
Save
also
that
be
for round
entertaining.
2. Save
Okay.
that for round 2. All right. Well, the extra bonus question is going to be
Dead and
for both of
Buried.
you.
All right.
All right. So Stan Winston did the incredible makeup and special effects in this movie. What horror film was his directorial debut? Bibbs.
Pumpkinhead.
That is correct.
Yeah.
We are tied at 5 apiece.
He also directed a gnome named Gnorm.
Yes, I saw that on his IMDb.
Yeah,
which is
weird.
which is kind of a horror movie. It's horrifying anyway.
It's not cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a gnome named Gnorm.
And you are supposed to pronounce it that way. That is the
Yeah,
joke.
it's
Yeah.
they correct you in the movie. It's not a gnome named Norm. It's a gnome named Gnorm.
It makes it better, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
Very true.
that's what makes the movie good.
So Bibbs, you got control.
Okay.
Do you want 2 or 3?
Let's do 3.
All right, 3.
Okay.
All right, 3. Your context clue for this one is it's time to rage. It's time to rage. Whenever you're ready, Andy, take it away.
Bibbs.
Bibbs.
28 Days Later.
That is correct for 10 points. All right, finally.
I was gonna guess it too. I was gonna guess that.
This was almost the music I chose for my Schmodown entrance back in the day before I picked Saw. It was
That'd
between
been a
this one
good
and that one. Yeah, it would have been cool.
It's such a good soundtrack for that. It's just the ominous feeling it gives.
Yeah.
All right, finally, we are to an official bonus question on this one.
Thank you.
So you have the option on this. You can choose to answer it by yourself. You do run the risk, though. You're either going to win the 5 points, you're going to lose the 5 points, or you can open it up to the other player. No one will lose any points, but obviously Whitney could have a chance to score points and catch up to you. So the question, Bibbs, to you is, do you want to be a dick or not?
The question I have to you is, what's the score right now?
It's 15-5 in your favor.
In my favor.
Correct.
All right, let's open it up.
All right. Then this question is to both of you. All right. Ewan McGregor was originally offered the part of Jim, played by Cillian Murphy, but had a falling out with Danny Boyle because Ewan was promised the role played by DiCaprio
Bibbs.
in Bibbs.
The Beach.
The Beach is correct for 5 points.
I knew that too.
Well, you should have
Just
said
'cause-
something.
Well, I would have, but I'm 71 years old and my reflexes aren't as quick as they once were.
Well, he
That's
lives
fair.
right next door, so go over and like shock him or something and slow him down.
There you go.
Throw something out the window.
Just take like 3 shots of gin and then the playing
This
field
is,
will be
this
even.
is straight vodka.
Oh,
That's not true.
well, vodka is fine.
Just water.
Just shots of gin. Oh my God.
Never drinking trivia. Never drinking trivia.
All right, so there's only one question left in the opening round.
I picked that one.
Your context clue for this is his and herpes. His and herpes. Take it away, Andy. Your second context clue is pay it forward. Pay it forward.
Oh, Bibbs.
Bibbs.
It follows.
It follows is correct.
Yes.
I thought you were going to get it, Whitney. You had the spark.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
Bibbs, the
yes.
question now is, do you want to be a dick or not?
I do not want to be a dick.
All right.
Whitney
This
is a
opened
very
up
dear friend.
to both of you then.
Okay.
So the character Jay Height's first name in the movie so the character's name is Jay. It's actually a shortened version of the character's real name, which is Jamie. And that is an homage or tribute to what famous Scream queen?
Whitney.
Whitney.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shit,
Very
yeah,
nice. She's a very nice lady.
my
Yeah, I've met her too. She was
I
very
met her.
nice.
She's really cool. Yeah.
her kids went to my elementary school.
I'm going to say
Oh, really?
something very controversial here. H2O is better than the new Halloween.
He's right.
They're the same movie, but H2O is better cinematography in the new one. Better music in the new one. Better movie, H2O. I'm going to say it right now.
Interesting.
Throw things if you must.
The new Halloween was the first film to ignore all of previous films in the franchise, except for Halloween 3 and Halloween 4, which ignored Halloween 3, and Halloween 7, which ignored Halloween 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
And
Okay.
Halloween.
And Halloween. And Halloween.
And Halloween
again.
and Halloween
Sure.
2.
Yeah.
It's like Halloween. It's like Halloween 2, but not like Halloween 2 or Halloween 2.
Yeah.
I believe that is the blurb that they put on Netflix.
Yeah.
That series is messed up. Why do people have so much affection for like the series as a whole? It's like there's one or two good ones hiding in it, but yeah, there's some real garbage in that series.
Yeah,
because our standards were low.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not. I know that's not supposed to be funny, but no, our standards were real low for a while there.
Yeah.
Just
We
like,
needed
please,
very basic things out of our slasher movies.
just give us some more kills in that William Shatner mask. No, not that Shatner mask, the good one. No, not that Shatner mask, the good one. No, not that Shatner mask. You know what? Let Rob Zombie reboot it. No, not that Shatner mask.
All right, we're moving on to the second round, which is the 5-second song round. So the way this one works is I'll give the context clues per usual. Andy will play the first 5 seconds. And if you guess it and get it right, it's worth 10 points. If one of the competitors guesses it and gets it wrong, then the other one has the opportunity to guess, or they can listen to the second 5 seconds. If at any point we go to the second 5 seconds, it's only worth 5 points. And all right, so Whitney, you're in second place. Random number 1 through 5. What would you like?
3.
3. All right. Your context clue for number 3 in the second round is Zomcom. Zomcom. Take it away, Andy.
Bibbs. Warm Bodies.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
Whitney, do you want to guess, or would you like to hear the second 5 seconds?
Give me the next 5 seconds.
All right.
Shaun of the Dead?
Nope. That is Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, see, I thought when you were going Zomcom, it was like rom-com. Zomcom. So I was going with comedy. We both went with romantic comedies that had zombies in them. That's where we.
Well, he said Shaun of the Dead, so you could say it's just as much a comedy film as it is a romantic comedy film.
So it was Warm Bodies, but they both center the romance, you know.
But we should just shorten down zombie comedy. So
I'm not going to put any of this on them, okay, William? This is all this failure belongs to us.
I'm owning our failure. I'm just explaining our failure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, Whitney, you can go ahead and choose again. You got 1, 2, 4, or 5. What would you like?
I'll do 1 this time. Yeah, we'll get one of these days.
Please.
Okay, so number 1, your context clue for this one is you should have stopped with the cat. You should have stopped with the cat. Andy, give us that first 5 seconds, please.
Whitney.
Reanimator. That is correct.
That's not fair. That's just Psycho in a different key.
Well, yeah.
That was one of Christian. He's like, might throw him off.
The clue made me think it was Pet Sematary for a second, but then I heard it and Whitney got there fast.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I had it in my mind, and when I heard, I just needed like 2 notes, and I knew.
Damn it, that context clue was too good, apparently. It was too good.
It could have been 2 movies.
Come on.
Pet Sematary would have made sense. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
There is cat trauma in many a horror film. All right?
That's true.
I'll take your word for it.
Don't get me started on The Pyramid.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a movie about a pyramid full of cat monsters. That's literally the movie.
Egyptian and
The whole movie.
theme. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it could have been Sleepwalkers for all we know.
that would have been good too.
Well, Whitney, you still have control. Would you like
Right.
2, 4, or 5?
I'll do 5. I'll stay odd, just like in life.
So, Andy, we said what, the 4th one on 5?
Well, now you're just confusing everybody.
Yeah, he
5.
knows what I'm talking about. The 5th
Fifth
one?
one. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So your context clue is penthouse living thanks to the Vatican. Penthouse living thanks to the Vatican. Give us that first 5 seconds, Andy. Whitney.
Vampires.
That is incorrect.
That's what I was thinking too. The clue got me to vampires. Okay, I guess I'll leave the next 5 seconds. Penthouse living. Thanks to the Vatican. It's probably not The Exorcist.
It's kind of jaunty for The Exorcist.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of Vatican stuff. Like,
It's not supposed to be jaunty. That's supposed to be like an electric guitar riff, but I'm hindered by the piano. Exactly like that. Yeah.
Oh wait, I can actually hum the Vampires theme. I should have known that.
Yeah.
You want to venture again?
I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to think. Penthouse living, thanks to the Vatican, because the Vatican is all up in this business
Kind of.
of penthousing to have, I don't know, stigmata.
The Vatican is a subtle part of the film.
It is a subtle.
Definitely.
We were trying to. It's wreck. Record.
Oh my
Wreck.
god!
Oh, I haven't seen Wreck. I wouldn't have been able to.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's
What don't you like?
fine. No, it's
fine. Look,
fine.
you know horror better than I do. So
No. That's it's a fair clue. It's a fair clue. Here's my problem, and this is why this is totally your fair. Here's my problem. I actually saw the American remake Quarantine. First.
Okay.
It just happened that way. It wasn't intentional. I just happened to see it first, and they changed the ending a bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. And as a result, for me, that feels like the real ending to the story, even though I know Wreck came first. But whatever. Anyway, it just threw me. But I totally get it. That makes sense.
I was expecting something worse. That felt like a very, with all due respect, and then you just say the nastiest thing.
No, you're fine. You're totally great. All due respect is actually quite a bit of respect.
It is, but usually if anybody starts that on a talking head type of show, they say the nastiest thing right after that.
That's because they're dicks. Like no. We're cool. We're cool.
No, nobody ever says with the minimum amount of respect.
Yeah.
I
think you're amazing.
With no respect whatsoever, you look great today.
Well, thank you. All right, so I think Whitney, you still have control. So would you like number 2 or number 4?
Number 2.
Number 2. Your context clue for number 2 is Home Alone Down Under. Home Alone Down Under. Andy, give us the first 5 seconds, please.
Home Alone Down Under.
I hate that my brain went to the first Australian horror movie I can think of, but it's obviously wrong. It's definitely wrong.
How about we listen to another 5 seconds?
Let's listen to it 5 seconds.
All right.
Hindered by the score not really doing much here, but
I can give a second context clue if you like too.
Yeah. That might be good.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Any guesses, gentlemen? Home Alone Down Under.
Is it?
Wingardium
Wait.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I got Bibbs.
Bibbs.
Oh no,
Uh,
no.
Well, okay. Whitney seems to. Andy, did
No,
you hear one of the?
You're the judge. You're the judge. You tell us who came first.
Look,
well,
my answer's wrong. I'm just interested to hear what William has to say.
Oh, okay. Go for it, Bibbs.
So, well,
Woman in Black.
That is incorrect.
What?
Uh,
Oh, god damn it! All right.
Whitney, what do you got?
that was not Down Under. That was a Hammer film. It was brilliant.
But he's home alone and he's Harry Potter.
That's true.
That's where I got it. I thought maybe they
It's
changed the location. And I forgot it. Okay, what do you got?
It was a good line of thinking. Paper House.
No, that is incorrect.
Okay.
It is You're Next. You're Next. The
That was
Home
in
Alone Down Under because she sets all those booby traps all over the house that takes out the killers.
Are they in Australia?
I don't know. I've never seen it. I'm deferring to Andy on this one.
It was produced by Fessenden. It's an American film, isn't it?
It is.
I think the director might be Australian, but
No, he's not.
No, Adam Wingard. That was. The
oh no, it's Adam
Wingardium.
Wingard. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not.
I swear it was Australian. If I'm wrong, then you can have the points.
We'll give you both 10 points. Just
I'm
for-
looking this up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your next is an American film, and Adam Wingard is an American director.
Yeah. Well, Sharni Vinson is Australian.
Oh,
That's
The
where
woman,
they
the
probably
woman who
got it
fights
from.
back.
Yeah, Sharni.
That's
of
what
course,
Andy meant.
More
That's what I
famously,
meant.
of course, from
I
Step
was trying
Up.
to be-
Step Up
3D.
3D. Yeah, the star
Okay,
of Step
no.
Up 3D.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right, our apologies. Really, we should have gone to
Yeah.
Step Up 3D first. That's our mistake. A weird mistake for us to make.
Did you go straight to the
love that movie.
Babadook? Bibbs?
No, I went straight to Woman in Black actually because Wingardium Leviosa and Home Alone kind of got me there. And I knew the original was in England, but I only saw the remake once, and I was like, maybe they changed it. I'll take a swing. I was wrong.
I need to rewatch that movie because this is the second time it's bit me in the butt, like on a trivia show in recent memory.
Great.
Really?
Yeah.
Good film.
All right. Well, we only have one left in this round.
Okay, we're doing so great, Whitney. What do we have? Like 2 points? What are we doing here?
It's 30-20 right now.
That's
30-20.
not great. That's
Yeah,
not
look,
great.
we're gonna take. We're gonna
have a
take
good
our
time.
points. We're gonna take our points. We're gonna go to Taco Bell. We'll each get a side of cinnamon Crispus. It'll be a good time.
Okay.
All right. Your context clue for this last one is give in to the fates of hell. Give in to the fates of hell. Andy, give us the first 5 seconds, please. I'm seeing two faces that want to hear the next 5 seconds. That's what I'm saying.
I'm thinking. I think I got it, but I'm gonna take another 5.
Okay. Go ahead and play the next 5, and then if you don't get on this, I'll give you a second context clue at the end.
Okay.
That's so familiar.
Bibbs.
Bibbs.
Is it The Beyond?
Guess what, Bibbs? It is the Beyond.
God,
Oh,
yes.
you're right. Oh my God.
That
What
is
a pull.
That is Lucio Fulci's best film. Movie is
Yeah.
great.
Boy, reading the plot on Wikipedia makes no fucking sense.
That's Lucio Fulci in a nutshell.
Yeah.
That dude made movies that made no sense whatsoever.
Love,
Oh my god.
Oh, it's
I
like, oh,
remember,
this person's blind. Why is this person blind? They just introduced this person.
I remember when they re-released it. The thing I remember most vividly was Roger Ebert's review of it at the time,
Yeah.
and like how just absurd he thought the entire thing was. So there's a scene of a spiders eating a human head, but the effects are so bad it's technically a scene of spiders eating makeup. And what kind of rating does that get by the MPAA?
Yeah, that was one of the context clues was tongue eating spiders, but we thought that didn't work too much.
Yeah, that's there are too many there aren't as many of those as I'd like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too, man. I lament that all the time.
That-
My
that
pitch
should be
for
a-
my pitch for Arachnophobia 2 did not get accepted. So
Was that after the first 5 minutes? It just says stab. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
there you
thought
go.
they were there
Yeah,
for.
that's true.
He didn't care for that one, folks.
That's a callback to a conversation I don't think we had on camera.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Oh, life bleeds into the art sometimes, guys. All right. Well, we're going into the third and final round, which is the wagering round. You guys know this round, so you've played it before. I'll give the context clue, and then whoever is going first, you open the bidding with the number of notes you think you can guess the song in. The minimum bid you can open with is 3 notes. The max is whatever you'd like it to be. If you guess it in 3 notes and above, it is worth 10 points. 2 notes and above, 15. 1 note and above, 20. Guess it blind, it's worth 25 points. So it's really anybody's game in this last round. And Whitney, you get to once again choose a random number 1 through 5 since you're in second place. What would you like?
I'll do number 1. Number 1 this time.
All right, number 1. Your context clue is New York, or more importantly, Manhattan is toxic.
Whitney.
You got a minimum bid is 3 to start.
I'm going to bid 1.
Well, you can't. 3 is the minimum bid.
No, but I want to bid 1. All right, 3. I'm going to start with the minimum bid. I'm going to start with 3.
All right.
Over to you.
I think I can do it in 1.
Okay, so it goes back over to Whitney. Do you want to guess blind, or you want to tell him to settle the score on 1 note?
I want to guess blind.
For 25 points and to take the lead, what is your guess, sir?
Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
That is incorrect. Bibbs gets the points.
Damn.
Okay, can I guess?
Yes, go for it. You won't get anything, but you can guess.
Chud.
It is Chud.
It's a good guess, Whitney. I like that we both had a perfectly good, reasonable guess for that. They're both good guesses. They're both accurate.
There was one thing that could take out Jason, and it was toxic sludge in Manhattan. What would you think?
That it was a great movie. I loved it. All right. Well, Bibbs, you got control. Would you like number 2, 3, 4, or 5?
Well, I'm going to go with the code I have on my luggage. I'll go with 2.
2. Okay. Your context clue for this is, what's with the gun, bub? What's with the gun, bub? Bibbs, we start with you. Minimum is 3. Max is whatever you'd like it to be. How many notes are we starting with?
I think I can do it in... 7.
7. Over to you, Whitney. You can say 6 or fewer, or tell him to settle the score. And once again, if he gets it wrong, you get the points.
I'll say 6.
All right, Whitney's doing 6. Biz, back over to you.
5.5.
It's going to be 5 or less, friend.
Like play a half note.
Fine. 5.
5. Over to you, Whitney.
You know what, William? Settle the score.
Settle the score in 5 notes. Your question, your context clue once again is, what's with the gun, bub? Take it away, Andy.
Come in.
Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Give me a second here.
What's with the gun, bub?
Got a gun. Hobo with a shotgun?
That is incorrect.
Oof.
The answer is Day of the Dead.
Oh,
Day
that
of the
bub.
Dead.
See, I actually thought the bub was going to be a clue that it was the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing.
We all, baby. What I don't understand is why, of all the human things they could teach the zombie, did they teach him to aim and point and shoot a gun? Of all the things.
Well, what would you do?
Yeah.
I don't know. Use cutlery and fucking wipe his ass. Like there's a million.
I was gonna say the first thing you thought was give it a knife. Yeah, that's just as safe.
Yeah.
Still though, a gun.
Let's teach it to reach into its butt. That's also great. Yeah, that's all of these things are good. Wait, do zombies poop? They eat.
Still, I would just imagine they shit much like a vampire, pretty much blood. But
Oh,
I don't want to think of. I mean, something's got to
Can
be
we
giving
move
him
on?
energy.
can we
That's
move on,
too far?
please?
We're talking about
Yeah.
the living dead, and somehow
I'm good.
I made it weird.
You made it weird, actually,
Okay.
man. You found the line. Okay, let's
All
move
right.
on.
You're gonna watch
Well-
a normal movie like Tetsuo the Iron Man or something.
Whitney, you got the points on that. So it's 60-30 in William's favor as of right now. But Whitney, you got control. Do you want number 3, number 4, or number 5?
Number 3.
Number 3. I think that first one. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah.
Okay. So your context clue is zombies, guns, and sex. Oh my.
My favorite things. All right.
Zombies, guns,
I'll-
and sex. Oh my. You
I'll,
up? Minimum
yeah,
is 3?
I'll start high. I'll say 10.
All right. 10. Over to you,
Okay.
Bibbiani.
I will say 6.
6. Back over to you, Whitney.
I'll try 5. But
5.
All right.
I think
Whitney, settle the score.
5 notes for Whitney. I think he was hoping you would say 4. I think that was a little gamesmanship on his part.
Oh. Whitney?
Okay, it's only you.
It's all you, buddy.
Oh, well, I just want to ring it anyway. Is that Toby Hooper's Life Force?
Is that your guess?
That's my guess.
That is incorrect.
Was it Planet Terror?
It is not Planet Terror. I'll
What
give you a
was it?
second context clue. Saint Elsewhere. Saint Elsewhere.
Is it Frankenhooker?
Nope.
I would have recognized Frankenhooker.
Is it Nurse 3D?
Nope.
Wow, I don't know. What is it?
It's a weird guess. All right.
That is Cemetery Man.
Oh my god. That is such a good movie, too. I haven't watched that in forever. That movie kicks ass. That movie, if you ever seen it, that is Rupert Everett from My Best Friend's Wedding killing zombies and having sex for like an hour and a half, and it's amazing.
I saw that as a Halloween triple feature when I was in college. It was Dead Alive, Cemetery Man, and Evil Dead 2 all in a row.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That was a good night.
That's a fantastic night. Oh my god.
Well, I had never heard of that movie until we did this show.
Do
Really? Oh,
do
God.
yourself a favor, see that, and see Dead and Buried if you haven't already, because that's a good double feature right there.
Cemetery Man is really, really good.
So
That
good.
sounded science fiction-y to me, and I was thinking
Yeah.
it was the sex that was bringing it to mind.
Yeah, that's why I thought Planet Terror, but all right.
All right. Well, Bibbs, you now have control since you got the 10 points on that. Do you want number 4 or do you want number 5?
I want to, again, go to my luggage. Let's go number 4.
Number 4. All right. So your context clue for this is nice racula. Nice racula.
Okay.
How many notes would you like to start with, Mr.
I
Whitney?
will guess 20 notes.
20 notes. All right, over to you, Whitney.
I'll be brave. I'll go down to 11.
11. Back over to you, Bibbs.
I can do it in 9.
9. Seibold, sir, what say you?
I can do it in 8.
I
8.
can do it in 7.
7.
Settle that score, William.
Ah, man. Okay.
7 notes. All right, your context clue one more time is nice racula.
Doctor.
7 notes. Whenever you're ready, Andy, take it away.
Okay. Those are fast notes.
Nice racula.
Well, my first thought was Transylvania 65000, but I don't think that's it. So I also kind of wanted to say Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, but that also doesn't fit. Nice racula.
Whitney, do you
I
know
am going to. All right, I'm going to give you guys a lot of credit for knowing a really cool movie. The Vampire Lovers.
it? No.
Damn
No.
it, that's a good movie, though. All right.
Whitney, do you want to take a stab at it?
Is that one Life Force?
That is Life Force. Son of a bitch.
Oh my god! You know, it's only fair. It's only fair that Whitney gets the points for Life Force.
God,
That's only fair.
You just said it. I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't pick number 4 next.
That's hilarious.
Another
Okay.
movie I haven't seen, didn't know it existed. Until
oh
That
God.
movie is. I want to like that movie more than I do, but there's some amazing stuff in it.
Yeah, like
Some
well,
amazing stuff in
the
it.
first like 15 or 20 minutes is pretty exciting, and then it just gets kind of dull.
Kind
after
of
that.
peters out after a bit, but yeah. Anyway,
all
Yeah,
right,
you get-
so
Get to see Matilda May wandering around a space station completely nude, killing dudes
for a while,
for a long time. It's a big part of the movie.
shameless.
So we only have one question left. Your context clue, and Whitney, you'll be opening the bidding on this since you got the last one. Technically, Bib's got it wrong. You got the points, but you also get control. So your context clue for this is, I slapped my knee on that one. I slapped my knee on that one.
Okay, well, I'll start with a full 20.
Starts
20.
with 20 again. Bibs, over to you.
I'll go 15.
15. Whitney, back to you, sir.
12.
12. William.
10.
10. Whitney.
8.
8.
Whitney, settle that score.
God. All right.
Well, it
at least-
backfired on.
At least it's 2 full bars if it's 4 time.
We'll find out in
You
just a
can't tell
second.
you that. It would be a clue.
And it's also horror, so 4-4 is not a really common time signature if memory serves in
That's
horror.
a good point, actually.
So 8 notes. Your context clue once again is, I slapped my knee on that one. Take it away, Andy.
8.
Oh, gosh.
Andy, do you want to do the first one since it's apparently required to do an English accent?
I thought it'd be funnier if you did it.
I'm sure it would be.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, yeah, the first context clue is Freiburg, right ahead.
Freiburg.
And I will say this.
Neon
The
colors.
Wikipedia plot of this literally makes no fucking sense. This thing has plot points that happen and you're like, why? Why is this happening? And then it just, I don't know.
Oh, you
If the
could be
movie is like that,
You've both definitely seen this movie.
yes, you have. I know you have.
Neon Freiburg.
I'll tell you this. They even remade this thing.
Hmm.
Normally don't do this in the final round, but
Yeah, you said like the plot makes no sense on Wikipedia. You could be describing so many.
I know.
movies.
But I read through all the plots of these, all the movies that I hadn't seen. Most of them you can follow along. And this one I was like, so what? And then this happens, and then this happens. No, this person gets killed, and this person gets killed. I'm just like, okay, but who is that person?
Ooh.
Maybe it makes more sense when you're watching it, but
Oh, is it from like Neon Productions?
I
Is that
don't-
why it's Neon?
Like the studio.
Nope.
Okay, all right.
Because the way you're describing it, my mind is going to Italy and trying to think of like some bonkers Italian. Here's my shot in the dark. Is it Deep Red?
It is not Deep Red.
Here's my shot in the dark. Is it Liquid Sky?
Ooh.
It is not.
Oh, that's a good guess though.
Yeah, that would fit all the clues. What was it?
Freiburg is in Germany.
Yeah, does that help?
It's the new
The new
Suspiria?
Suspiria.
Suspiria. That is the
Ah.
original Suspiria.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, this doesn't. It starts weird. Okay. Now I'm mad.
What?
Because that is one of the best scores ever, and that opening bit is just not the
Look,
hook.
I
God.
guess the country and the director just the wrong film. So
You did. You were narrowing in.
Yeah.
Sounds, it makes no sense. Sounds Italian. Be like, well, huh?
Yeah.
Keep going, dude. Literally, Like at one
I'm
point,
mad
just
now.
like this person dies, and they're all having dinner, and maggots fall from the ceiling, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this movie?
Uh-huh.
And then she runs off and faints. Why does she faint?
When you
There's no
said that,
explanation.
when you said that it made no sense, my first thought was, is he talking about Haozu?
Yeah,
Because Haozu like
I went there
aggressively
too,
makes
yeah.
no sense, and it is one of the most amazing movies ever made.
like
Never heard
almost
of it.
by design. Yeah,
It's a movie about a group of schoolgirls who go to a haunted house, and then there are severed heads that are also watermelons and pianos that eat fingers, and a girl gets chopped in half, but her legs keep kicking the ghosts, and it's a weird fucking film. I'm sorry, can I swear?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a weird fucking film. There.
There you go. Own it.
it's great. I have that one.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
I've seen it numerous times. I like that movie.
Some of the best movies ever make no sense whatsoever.
I'm assuming that's in Japanese film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Neon makes sense now, right? With Suspiria.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking literal neon lights in it, which is where I got Liquid Sky from, which is another movie that makes no sense. But boy, is that movie a trip in more ways than one. That movie, it's great.
Liquid, it's been a while since I've seen Liquid Sky, but yeah. That's a good one.
That's the cult film Par Resistance. Yeah.
If you have the Night Flight streaming service, it's on the Night Flight streaming service.
Okay. I'm assuming that's a horror specific one.
Actually, no. Night Flight was on USA back in the day. It was a way to get music videos during like the new wave era, like from the mid to late 80s. And their streaming service has all the old episodes with all of the music videos in there. Some of the ads are intact, which is great. And then they have like a bunch of old cult movies as well.
Huh.
It's really great. It's like one of 4 streaming services that you just kind of need.
Yeah.
And of course, one is Criterion and one is Quibi.
Or it's Quibi. You gotta get Quibi. Get Quibi before it dies.
Pretty soon you'll be able to get it at the Smithsonian, and it'll be a hell of a watch, though.
You know what? It'll be at the Museum of Television and Radio. There will be a standee of Jeffrey Katzenberg holding his phone with nothing, just like with Quibi running at all times.
Oh, that's so many mistakes from that fucking company.
Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations to Bibbs. You won 80-40.
Kind of. Like, it wasn't not because I played well, but thank you.
I think you both played admirably.
You pushed us, and I'm really, really grateful to you. And you picked some cool films, and that was a lot of fun. I was hoping I would do a little better, but you had just the right combination of genuinely obscure and not obscure, but we got you thinking about obscure stuff now. So, we got you. So good job.
It wasn't the full intent was a gotcha. It was just like, I will mix it.
We told you to challenge us, and you did. You did a great job. Thank you.
That was an admirable challenge, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was listening to all kinds of like weird Italian scores for this, which was a pleasure. So
it's interesting to me, like just this actually might even be like a curse of over information where you give us a clue and all of a sudden I can think of like 12 movies that relates to.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway.
So you know too much to get the answer right. Is that what you're saying, Bibb?
I mean that sounds like braggadocio. I just think that like my brain isn't like on the same wavelength.
Sometimes I'm just too intelligent.
I'm overthinking it. That's my point. I'm overthinking it.
I know what you mean.
I could have been a model, but they told me I was like too good looking to be a model. Like I was
that was my problem.
Too good shape, and
yeah.
Oh man, if only I was that good looking. You know what I mean? That would be great. Life would be completely different for all of us. But yeah, honestly, I enjoyed it. I'd be like, I got 2-3 movies out of this that, upon reading the description, is like that sounds interesting. I would watch that.
Yeah.
So I benefit from it that way. Dead and Buried, I will probably watch.
Definitely see it. It's so good.
Yeah.
And Beyond is nuts. What?
Cemetery Man. I already know the hook at the end, so it's kind of ruined on some level.
It works anyway though, because the hook at the end doesn't really make that much sense anyway. The hook at the end feels like I got to end it somehow.
Yeah, I don't.
Really weird.
Yeah,
it doesn't actually. It's one of those twists that doesn't actually explain anything. You know, it's just sort of like, oh, that's weird. Boom, credits. Oh, okay, there you go.
Wait, what? Yeah.
I had to watch Rupert play in Italian too. Kind of works.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he makes him work. He's a sexy man.
He looks a little Italian.
You put him in a loose shirt, have him fight zombies. I'm like, cool.
There you
Sold. Done.
go. Perfect. Well, before we get out of here, do you guys want to plug anything?
Oh, we don't do anything of interest.
Yeah, we're not busy or recording a podcast every day or anything.
He's not literally about to leave this show and walk over here and finish recording a podcast. We co-host the Critically Acclaimed Network, which is currently available on a variety of formats, including Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, others as well. And we have a series of free podcasts on there, including Critically Acclaimed, where we review new movies. We've got Mail, where we answer mail from our listeners. Canceled Too Soon, where we review TV shows that lasted one season or less. Also, we have a new season of our podcast, Episode 0, starting up pretty soon.
That's right.
Episode 0 is where we talk about the prehistory of some of the most popular movies ever made and focus every episode on one of the films that inspired it. We just finished doing 20 episodes of the prehistory of Star Wars, and we're about to start up, I don't know, it might be 20, we haven't decided yet, a whole bunch of episodes on the prehistory of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Mhm.
And we have a
Hit 20?
What? Oh yeah, in the opening song alone.
Yeah.
I mentioned
All right.
It's literally just a litany of their influences just in the opening song of Rocky Horror. It's huge. But we also have a Patreon, patreon.com/critically acclaimed. And is it Critically Acclaimed Network at the end there, Winnie?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm okay. Critically Acclaimed Network. And the Patreon, you get to vote for future episodes of our shows. And you also get access to tons of exclusive shows, including Holy Batman, in which we're reviewing every single episode of the 1960s Batman. All our yesterdays, we're reviewing every single episode of Star Trek ever made in production order. Only the Best, where we're reviewing every single film ever nominated for Best Picture. Not on Disney Plus, where we're talking about all the various movies that Disney is, for some reason, not putting on Disney Plus, even though they could. And we do commentary tracks and a whole bunch of other stuff as well.
Dear God, guys. Dear
All
God.
that.
Unbelievable.
And the thing is, the wealth of knowledge is, there's no doubt to it. So I'm sure
There's
you
a
put
lot of doubt to it
ton
after
of time
watching this
into all of
episode.
this.
Yeah, I was about
After
to say.
watching this episode, there's a lot of doubt.
Yeah, after watching us tank so hard right here, I think there's plenty of room for doubt.
Yeah, but at the same time, you rattle all your guesses were movies I've never heard of.
Yeah.
That's the problem, isn't it?
But still, let's.
If you'd heard of them, they might be right.
A couple of these movies I hadn't heard of either.
Okay, fair enough.
So-
Have you guys done Awake on Cancel Too Soon?
No, we've had some
Not
requests
yet,
for it,
yeah.
but it's definitely on our list. We just haven't done it yet. We're currently in the middle of Scary-tober, where we're talking about horror and horror-themed TV shows for October. And then next month, we're doing Suddenly Last Season, where we talk about the shows that got canceled last season. And we are seriously debating devoting the entire month to shows on Quibi. We're doing at least one. We haven't decided, but it's a conversation we're in the middle of having right now.
You need people to have seen the shows.
No,
to then tune
no,
into the podcast.
No, many of the shows that we review are completely unavailable to a lot of people. We have to do some real digging on some of these.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of us
Here.
is just us digging them up and explaining what the hell they were. Not many people have seen the failed pilot for Steel Justice.
Oh, Steel Justice is one of the best ones we've ever done.
Steel Justice was a failed pilot. It was going to be a TV series. Here's the premise of the series. It's the near future in a dystopian city overrun by crime.
Uh-huh.
Okay. There is a cop whose son died, and the ghost of his son haunts a toy robot dinosaur in his apartment and saves him from bad guys who are going to bomb his apartment. And at some point, this guy is visited by a wizard from the past. And the wizard explains that you, cop, you have the power, like many heroes in the past, to turn small things into big things. And he uses that power to turn the toy robot dinosaur robot that is possessed by his dead son into a giant robot dinosaur possessed by his dead son that breathes fire and eats bad guys.
And that was going to be like a weekly show.
Yeah, and it was expensive too.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah.
It's
That
got
was
a
a real
generic
thing.
name and the most convoluted premise.
It's pretty danged amazing. It's a lot of fun to watch. We find a lot of stuff like that no one's ever heard of. Probably the weirdest one we ever found was, and it's kind of horror related, the 100 Lives of Blackjack Savage.
We love to whip this one out at any available opportunity.
This is one of the weirdest shows that ever existed. This is a show produced by Disney, introduced by Michael Eisner back in the early 90s. They were very proud of it.
When he did that. Yeah.
Okay. And the show is about this. Donald Trump, a character explicitly based after Donald Trump. He owns hotels. He wrote a book about how to make deals. He looks like him. He dresses like him. He flees the United States for tax evasion, buys a haunted mansion in a Caribbean from a wacky fascist dictator. The mansion is haunted by the ghost of an abolitionist black pirate who, because he killed so many guys in the slave trade, is doomed to hell unless he teams up with Donald Trump to fight bad guys and save 100 lives using a sci-fi superboat.
That night boat, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
okay.
yeah.
That makes it better.
Good
Yeah.
distinction. Yeah.
There's in the pilot episode, they save Roma Downey from Tobin Bell from the Saw movies, and they rescue her by dumping toxic waste into the ocean.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
There's an episode in which Trump has to heroically bust a union. There's an episode in which Trump has to prevent his money grubbing ex-wife from getting his fortune. There's an episode in which Michael Chiklis impersonates the pirate in order to get non-white people off of his land. It's really weird.
How is this on Disney?
I don't know. You know what? They're not proud of it. They have this thing is not available. You can find it online if you look for it. But man, it is. There's a reason they're not whipping this one out and putting it on Disney Plus. This is the 100 Lives of Blackjack Savage. Do yourself a favor, go to YouTube, put in the 100 Lives of Blackjack Savage. At least watch the opening credits because it's like 60 seconds and it'll blow your mind.
Literally writing this down because this is the most absurd thing.
Yeah.
As if Real Steel, the most generically titled convoluted plot of all time.
What was it called?
Steel Justice.
Steel Justice.
We ended up, and this is a total coincidence. This is one of the weirdest coincidences I've ever encountered in my life. We ended up doing an episode about the 100 Lives of Blackjack Savage the week Trump was inaugurated. That was an accident. We didn't know it was about Trump yet. We didn't know it was about Trump yet. We just thought it was a funny title, and we dug it up. And it's the weirdest show, maybe the weirdest show that ever existed. And it was from the creators of the Final Destination movies. It's weird.
Okay. Well, guess what? I am looking that up for sure.
You're welcome.
And sadly, that'll probably get watched before Dead and Buried.
That's not sad. That's history. You are digging up history.
All right. Well, go follow the 72 shows they're doing a week. This is the content output is impressive, gentlemen, to say the very least.
Well, be sure to get Quibi so you can catch up on what we're going to be doing.
Time is running out.
Time is running out on Quibi. You get 2 weeks free. It's only $5 a month thereafter. You're probably out $10 max. So
if you sign up in November, you'll never have to pay them. It's great.
Oh, perfect. Get the free trial and they're over.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our thanks this week to William Bibbiani, today's champion. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And a valiant effort from Mr. Witney Seibold. Follow them on Twitter. Go listen to Critically Acclaimed and everything else they're doing. Join them over at patreon.com/, was it Critically Acclaimed Network?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. Hit them up over there. And gentlemen, thanks for joining us again. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you don't have to have us back on right away, but we sure would like to be. So just anytime you want, we'll hop on and we'll get these things horribly wrong.
Not a problem.
Just horribly wrong.
A 5-week turnaround, but we will definitely have you back on.
Well, we'll make broad references to things nobody's ever heard of, and they'll serve as recommendations. So it's just a recommendation show after a while.
You don't have to have us on for it, but you guys are going to do a Christmas episode, right? There's a lot of Christmas movies out there. Okay, good. I can't wait to watch it.
We have just like you guys called out horror Halloween.
Yeah,
we had another group call out for Christmas. So
awesome! Can't wait to watch it. It's gonna be fun.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We thoroughly appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Andy. Anything from you, sir?
I'll be quick because we've run over. But comparing notes. Episode 1 has dropped. Lord of the Rings. Me and Mark Riley going deep on the score, and we had Rachel Cushing as the guest. So that was an hour of deep dive on the Howard Shore score for Lord of the Rings. And episode 2, the poll is up on Riley's Patreon to pick the second episode. So, yeah, that's
All
it.
right. Well, please download and listen to Comparing Notes. Let him know your thoughts about it over at STS_Andy M on Twitter. And that is it for this week's Settle the Score. Gentlemen, thank you once again. It was a hell of a show. And make sure to retweet and like the tweet that I put out if you want to be a guest on next week's show. We're finally doing the first fan one. And you can follow me anywhere at Matt Knows. That is it for this week's Settle the Score. Until we see you guys next week, adios.